Hey guys, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Hey, oh my God, Chanda. I don't think you've ever seen any of these my lives. Feel free to hop on and off, by the way. I'm just checking out filters for the moment. Hey. It's been a minute. Hello, Uncle K. Good evening. All these mommy water something. Somebody will put this thing on the face and they'll be looking like, hey, Jesus. I'll take this off, I think. Let's take it off. Yeah, let's be normal for now. All right, good evening. Oh my God, it's been so long that I did an Instagram live session. Thank you for your patience. I just needed a break. Because there was a lot going on, right? So in the month of June, there was so much going on, and I needed to just, take a break, re-strategize. Thank you for the love. I'm not necessarily feeling I'm not feeling like overly ready for the new term. For those of you who don't know, I teach. But you know what? You need to show up. Whether you're ready, whether you're not ready, you need to show up. And I guess it's the same with any endeavor you're doing in life. Sometimes it feels difficult. Sometimes, it's like you're not quite sure what's happening. You don't feel a sense of clarity. Instead of quitting, take a break, rediscover why you might have started something, rediscover why you started down this journey, find out if there is any value to it. Sometimes it might not be, sometimes it might be time to quit. There's nothing wrong in quitting as long as you're owning your choices. And I think that's what adulting is all about. Being confident in the choices that you are making regardless of the situations around you. Obviously, you have to be responsible with those choices. So my choice is to come back onto Instagram and give you up some encouragement, give you some hype. I am your number one share woman. I am your number one hype lady. I'm here to put a bit of zing, or at least some entertainment, some gist, catch you up on what's been happening in my life. For those of you who care, of course you care. Of course, I know you guys missed me. Myself, I missed Instagram. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna front. I missed all this. Okay, so I was thinking of doing, segments, but if you do segments, that's assuming you want to do like a 1 hour show or anything. Anyway, today I wanted to do a bit of gist time, a bit of story time, okay? So normally, obviously, I come here and I'm mostly talking about dating. Yes, because I am single. Please, I want to get married. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I feel like today's society, they make us feel, what's the word? They make us feel like it's a bad thing to desire to be married as a woman. They make you feel like, oh, it's not feminist if you need a man, blah, blah, blah. It's not that I need a man. I want to be married. It's simple. No one should come up in my business, telling me about women power and la-di-da, la-di-da. No offense. I have my job. I do earn money. Thank God. Thank you, Jesus, for provision. But I don't think there's anything wrong with desiring a life partner, someone to do life with, someone to spend days with, someone to laugh about with. Yes, I have my family. Yes, I have my friends. That's all well and good. But, I still desire to be married. Now, I'm not saying that we're not going to look at the negative. Well, I'm not even going to use the word negative. The developing aspects of marriage. You know, when you get married, there is a gelling. You know, there is a coming together that has, you know, its growth pains, as it were. But that's the whole package, and I'm ready for that package. Amen. Amen. God, hear your daughter. Anyway, that aside, so I normally talk about online dating because during COVID, during lockdown, the quickest way to meet somebody is online. Okay, so I've tried a couple of apps. I've given reviews about a couple of apps, you know, and I've put it down there. So currently I am back on Hinge. Okay, I think Hinge is really good in terms of conversations. I feel like I've had so many more productive conversations on Hinge. And if you're particular about your, you know, race, you know, if you want to be with the chocolate brothers, you know, the melanated something, I think Hinge has a good collection of well presented, you know, people who have future ambition. They are actually working and earning a wage. You know, the one that you want to take home to your dad and you can say, oh, he's an engineer, blah blah blah. Lol, I'm joking. You know, money is not everything, ladies. I'm just putting out that money is not everything. Anyway, so I wanted to give you a bit of story. Gosh, I talk too much. So I went on a date, even after I said I wasn't going to go on a date for so long because, oh my God, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. As with everything, yeah, you just need to like step back and take a break, yeah? When you get tired and then you go back in when you have a bit more energy. So I went on a date. It was a very nice date, guys. I'm not even going to lie. Anyway, we were talking, right? Because obviously we've been on the dating scene and we're exploring. And I feel like, obviously, I'm a woman. I'm always going to look at things from a woman's point of view. Like, I'm always going to, oh my God, it's so hard. Guys are this, guys are that, da 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 da. But you never ever stop to reflect, or I have never anyway, reflected on how difficult it must be for guys as well on dating platforms. Like, so when you go on a date as a girl, they're like, oh, make sure someone knows where you are, you know, make sure you tell them your location, create a backup strategy if you need to exit, you know, in case the person is a creep, in case the person is a weirdo. And I don't know if guys actually take the same precaution before they go out on dates. I don't know what their, you know, approach will be if they're trying to protect themselves, you know. And obviously, you know, not every girl is a martial artist. Not every girl can defend herself, right? Not every girl can, you know, or not every girl presents as strong, you know. Men sometimes are bigger and can do harm, right? Whether physical or whatever, so you have to be careful. So as a guy, you might not think, oh, a girl can do you harm when you're going out. So that element of that violence element, I feel like guys don't necessarily think about that. However, me and this brother were chatting and, you know, we're sharing experiences. We were sharing like war stories. And man, you know, I feel like nice people always get the worst. You know, he was telling me about an experience and how a girl had put him in a difficult situation, right? So she'd shown up to this date drunk and was basically using him as a taxi ride. Like, oh, can we go here? Can we go there? You know, and it was just a bit uncomfortable. And it just made me think, you know, about how difficult or how weird it must be for guys as well when they meet weirdos online. Because some sisters out here be sorry, no offense, like according to Yoruba people, they call it weary. I feel like Chris does not have a gender. Chris does not have a race. There are crazy people in the black race, in the white race, in the mixed race community, in the Asian community, and so on and so forth. You know, we have crazy girls and we have crazy boys. We have creepy girls and we have creepy boys. So I guess my little advice today for the brothers is to be careful before you go out on a date and speak to the girl. I know like girls want people who are forward and you want to meet up, and yes, do please take initiative, invite a girl on a date, but speak to a girl for a considerable amount of time before you take her out on a date, right? Ask her questions to source out whether she's a weirdo or not. Little things like, oh, what do you do on a Friday night? What's been your craziest weekend? And then she can tell you how crazy she gets, and you can sort of listen to how she talks about it to see if that's something she does on a regular basis, and you decide if that's the kind of lifestyle that you want. Does she do drugs? Do you know what I mean? Like, does she do drugs? On Hinge, no offense to anybody who's doing drugs, I'm not judging if that's your lifestyle, hey ho, hey, but I will advise you, sis, if you do drugs, you need to stay away, man. That stuff will mess up your head. You need clarity and focus. You need to rise, you need to level up, right? Anyway, that's by the way. So on Hinge, they ask you a question: if you do drugs, how much you drink, if you've been COVID vaccinated. For all those people who are being controversial, but to be honest, if you're going to go on a date, you need to be safe. You need to be safe. You need to find out. So on this date, I asked, have you been vaccinated? Are you going to take the vaccine? Is that something you're feeling controversial about? Have you, and I'm like, I just did my COVID test. I'm negative. I can go out on a date with you. You need to be safe out on the streets. But anyway, so I think that's kind of cool. But obviously, people can still lie on their apps. People are crazy. So just be careful and be aware, and know that not everyone out there has the best interest, right? So my mom told me about this statement that my grandmother used to say. And she said, if you're too sweet, the world will lick you. If you're too sour or if you're too bitter, the world will spit you out, right? So you need to be somewhere in that in-between place between being sweet and sour, right? Don't allow people to take advantage of you. Find out what they're about before you go on a date, okay? Guys, be careful out there, because I feel girls can put you in a difficult situation, right? Girls can put you in a really difficult, awkward situation. For example, they could be disrespectful, or you might go to a place and it's unsafe, especially if you're a black guy. You don't want to be... Like, if, for example, you go out on a date with a girl, let's say, I don't know, you go out, drinking, and she's an alcoholic, and she drinks and gets passed out, you then suddenly become the one responsible for her. And if you're a black guy, it becomes weird. I don't know. Like, we need to think about these things. We need to think about protecting our black brothers, because people will automatically make assumptions. For example, if you're walking down the street with a girl who's drunk and she passes out, do you know what I mean? Like, anyone will think anything. And if you're in a place where people are racist, some Karen, God forgive me, I don't even think we have Karens in the UK, but somebody can call the police on you, right? And you automatically are in an awkward position. You are in an awkward position where, you don't know this person, you can't necessarily vouch for them, but they've acted stupidly and put you in an awkward position. So just be careful, find out who they are. Call your mates as well. Tell them you're going on a date. I know it's not a guy thing to do. Just be like, yo, I'm going out on a date. I'm going to be in so-and-so place. If I'm not back by, I don't know, 7 o'clock, or can you just check on me by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and find out how I'm doing, find out if the situation is rough. And then, do you know what I mean? It just creates some sort of protection around you, right? We're looking for love, we want to be alive to look for love. We don't want to be in awkward situations. We want to be whole. We want to be healthy until we find the one, okay? So date safely, date responsibly, okay? That's what I came here to give you the gist. So maybe one of these days I'm going to share in more detail the stories behind my advice. I did take permission. I did ask if I could share these stories today. Anyway, I hope you guys have been doing great. This is just like a teaser comeback session. I'm going to keep them short these days. You know, normally I'll do like a 20-minute rant about anything and everything. But I think I'm going to try and keep them down to like 15 minutes. You know, keep them small and just, you know, bite size. Okay, so for those of you who are new to my page, my name is Ochiko. I teach science, I teach chemistry at an A-level college. Love my job, absolutely. I work with great people, but I normally come on here on Tuesday as a bit of an enrichment for me and an enrichment for you as well. I rant and, you know, sometimes complain and whinge about anything. I started this up in during the lockdown. It was a way to sort of keep me busy, but I genuinely was going on dates and I wanted to share my experiences and just sort of to encourage people to put themselves out there. I would say I am a bit of a hype woman. I like people to feel good about themselves because I think everybody has a certain zing, a certain, you know, energy. And I think, you know, you just need confidence. And I think people are not generous with compliments. You know, people are not generous with compliments. People are not generous with noticing something that is unique and special about you. But I like to do that. I like to notice things about individuals that are, you know, special and particular to that person. And I like to point it out. It could be something as simple as, you look good today. You speak well. Where are you from? Oh, I like what you're wearing. Oh, you smell nice. I really like how you made that presentation. I think you killed it. You know, it doesn't take anything away from you. It doesn't take anything away from you to bless somebody. It doesn't take anything away from you to increase somebody. It doesn't take anything away from you to big up somebody. You know, at the end, you feel good. They feel good. They do their best. You know, I guess they said we have 5 love languages, right? One of my love languages was words of affirmation. So anytime someone comes and says, hey, you're doing good today. Hey, you know, that was good. It honestly gives me energy. And in my next work, I will put all my creative energy into this and I'll try and give you my best. You know, obviously we do need to be intrinsically motivated, but it doesn't hurt if someone is encouraging you on the journey. So as you go away from my life, think about that person in your life that you need to encourage. Think about that person that you need to big up. Think about that person that you need to give a little bit of zing zing. It might be that they've done something for you in the past week, you know, that you didn't think it was a big deal, but actually think about something nice they've done and give them a bit of joy. Hey, thank you. You like how I did this? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, guys, I'm going to call it. Please have a good evening. I think we're going to keep it at Tuesdays. I'm not quite sure if we're going to do 8 o'clock because it was Tuesdays, 8 o'clock. Still figuring out the time. It might be earlier. Maybe I'll change the time to sometime after 7. I'm trying. I know that there's such a thing as African time, but I swear I'm not on African time, but I am trying. I'm making an effort, guys. You know, I'm making an effort. So yeah, I'm not quite sure about the timing yet when I figure that out, but it's definitely going to be on Tuesday evenings. I'm going to have fun, catch up, play about, and sometimes it might be a little bit more chilled. Sometimes it will be very godly because I'm a Christian. I love to talk about Jesus. Woo, woo, woo. Absolutely in love with Jesus. You can't tell me anything. But yeah, I do tend to also share my views from a Christian angle, a Christian point of view. So yeah, I just thought I'll come back, say welcome back to myself, I guess, to Instagram, but welcome everybody back to my page, and it's been great. Please do like my video. Like it, and share it to the brothers so that they're careful when they are going out on dates. Share it to the brothers, okay? All right, guys, until next time, have a good evening. Bye.